I'm glad you joined me today. Lots of exciting things with our 2019 holiday catalog now live and in its selling period. If you weren't with me on Tuesday, I'll do a quick show of what I did. This was my inspiration card. First of all, on Tuesday, I did show some of my favorite products from the 2019 holiday catalog, so you might want to go back and take a look at that. But as you continue on in the video, what happened was I used this as my inspiration card. Okay, I received this from another demonstrator in a swap. I don't remember her name, Jeannie something. Anyways, and then I showed the bundle, which the bundle is the Tidings All Around stamp set and the All Around wreath dies, okay? And I decided I would case Jeannie's card, and which I did, and I made these two cards, okay? Very similar. The only thing that's different from each of my card to the other is the designer series paper I used in the background. I also made my designer series paper a little bit narrower than Jeannie made hers, and on the die cut circle I did some stamping with berries instead of die cutting leaves and berries. So you can see it was a very easy, fun case. As I was doing it and put a few berries on, I polled the audience watching on Tuesday, and then they said they liked more berries, so we just added all the way around. So that's another difference from the original card that I cased. Okay, very fun and easy to make. I could have cut out the wreath with the die that's enclosed, and then there's other coordinating dies as well. In addition to this bundle, you can also get the seasonal wreaths, which coordinate with the Tidings All Around bundle and the All Around wreath dies. Okay, and you can see this looks very fallish, but here's something for spring and winter. And you could even stamp these two, stamp them in a circle to make a wreath, or you could just add a component to either of the wreaths to change it out for the different seasons. And of course, just some nice sentiments to use throughout the year. Okay, so that's that. If you missed it, you'll want to go to Stamp and Scrap with Mary Nabe. That's my business page, and you'll be able to access that live video, or a video replay, I should say, of the live, as well as all of the others I've done on that business page. And on this group, Stampin' Peace VIP group, you can always go to the video section as well to see past Facebook Lives. So today I'm going to go ahead and get started, even though it looks like there's only one or two of you watching. If you are watching and you would comment, I would appreciate it very much. Today I'm working with the Night Before Christmas suite, which is found on pages 24, 25, and 26 of your holiday catalog. So let me just show you a couple of the products first, and then I'll show you things I've made with this suite, and we're going to make a card together, a fun fold card. Okay, so the featured bundle is the Holly Jolly Christmas with the Jolly Seasons dies. Okay, and you can see in these dies that some of them do, hi Inez, some of them do coordinate with the stamp set. Okay, and then there are others that are added as these are matching pieces, matching the stamps and dies. These are coordinating pieces, things that will work nicely with your stamp set. I love this piece of the reindeer pulling the sleigh. That would be neat, cut out in black and put it on maybe a dark blue cardstock with a moon shining, something like that. This can make a little tag, and that would be cute to put on children's Christmas presents. Love Santa. Okay. And then we have the words to cut out. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Okay, you could use both of these on the front of a card or a scrapbook page, or you can put maybe this on the outside of a card and this on the inside, or on a large tag. Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's freezing for some other people. Mine looks like it's still going, I know, so I hope you can jump right back on. I'm going to pause briefly. Okay, so that's the main product of this suite. And then in addition, we have this beautiful Night Before Christmas Designer Series paper. Oh good, I'm glad you're back, Inez. We have this gorgeous Night Before Christmas Designer Series paper. Features great colors. It kind of has a mix of traditional and more, I would say, contemporary looks to it. Okay, so let me just show you this quickly. The decorated Christmas tree with the presents. On the back is a fun pattern. Look at those reindeer. Truly look like Santa's reindeer, don't they? There's a pretty stripe on the back. The traditional stockings and another diagonal stripe. I love the Santa hats. Love those. With a fun polka dot background. The ornaments with a neutral colored pattern on the back. Lots of presents. And it's got the green with the crushed curry stars on the back. How's this? Hot cocoa and cookies for Santa Claus. Love that. Candy canes on the back. And I love this blue on the back of the candy canes. Isn't that great? And Christmas lights, of course, with a check. There's Santa and his reindeer flying through the sky, getting ready for deliveries. Stars. Fun Christmas trees. Okay, makes me think of going to a Christmas tree farm with your family, or perhaps buying from a Christmas tree stand in your town or city. Fun stars. Holly, always a classic. A pretty red fancy background. And of course, envelopes for Christmas cards or letters to Santa, and another fun pattern. So that's the Night Before Christmas paper. And some of the colors featured, and if you don't know this already, on our Designer Series Stampin' Up! Colors that are featured in that pack of paper. So in here, there's Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Poppy Parade, Pretty Peacock, and Very Vanilla. So a great combination, and you can use some or all of these colors. Okay. We also have this fun, and I haven't even opened it up yet, this fun, there it goes, diagonal stripe ribbon. And it's in a Cherry Cobbler and I guess Very Vanilla. It could even go white, I guess. Really just says Cherry Cobbler. It looks a little more vanilla to me. Okay. But that's a fun ribbon to work with. Okay. And then we also have a set of Memories and More cards. Okay. And a set of cards, pre-cut, pre-scored, pre-printed, and some printed envelopes to go with it. Now I have to look and see. The package of note cards and envelopes has 20 of each, 20, okay? And then the, is it Night Before Christmas? Yes, it's the same name. Night Before Christmas memories and cards. You're going to get 6 cards of each of 9 different designs, okay? And our cards are printed differently on the front and back, like most of our designer series papers. But here's one, okay? And there's the back side. So you're going to get 6 of those. You are going to get 6 of the Ho 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 cards with this on the back. Whoops. 6 Santa Clauses. Okay. With the ornaments on the back side. And then you're going to get 6 different 3x4 cards. Warmest wishes and a label on the back. Great for journaling. Great to add stickers to or embellish a card with again. Oh no, you went off on your end again. Oh, Inez, I'm so sorry. I don't know why that's happening. I'm just going to keep on watching and hope that many of you watch the replay. I'm not having any internet connection problem on my end, so I'll keep going. Sorry that had to happen, Inez. Oh, that's a bummer. And I've been there, done that. So frustrating. Okay, you'll get 6 3x4 cards with the Christmas envelopes and this on the back, North Pole Express, Santa's Air Post. 6 of the Jingle All the Way cards with a pretty green pattern on the back. 6 To Santa envelope cards with this gorgeous holly on the back. I love that. And I love the pretty peacock background on it. I would not have thought of putting pretty peacock in an assortment of colors for Christmas, but I really love this. I really love how they've used that color in this product suite. The gorgeous Christmas tree. Happy Everything Merry Always, so 6 of those also. And then 6 We Believe in Santa cards with a fun polka dot on the back, which to me actually looks like snow falling. Okay, so let me show you now what I've made with, oh, it also comes with 6 sheets of these stickers. Look at this gorgeous reindeer, and you're going to love how I used it. Okay, a couple of sentiments. You're going to see that I did incorporate many of these stickers into some of the cards I'm going to show you next. Please know that with, I've got lots to show you. What I have left from the product suite basically is a sample of each of the cards, the note card and the envelope I just showed you, as well as I had several stickers left over as well. Okay, so lots here, lots included. Okay, let me get these out of the way. And don't forget, after I show you these projects, I'm also going to be making a fun fold card for you. Okay, so I'll put these envelopes out of the way. Remember, there's 20 envelopes and 20 cards. And I'll just quickly go through the cards I designed and made using simply products from this product suite. The only thing I did not add to this point, because I usually do it last, is the fun ribbon. I think I'm going to be adding some of this fun diagonal stripe ribbon to some of my cards. Okay, so the reindeer and the To and Love sticker. Okay, here I used 3 different 3x4 cards. This one I cut down just a bit and a sticker. Okay, here's another one made with the same sticker and one of the same cards. Okay, on this one, let me show you this card again. On this one, I actually punched out this circle, North Pole Express, with a 2 1/4 inch punch. Okay, and then with the piece that was left over, I used that as well. So it takes one card to do the circle and then pop up the background piece, okay, or the negative piece. Alrighty. Here's a cute ho 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 card. Let's do it like this, okay. Just I trimmed the ho ho card down just a bit. It was 4 by 6. I wanted to make that a little bit smaller. So I cut off some from the top and bottom. I added a piece of a 3 by 4 card and a few of the stickers. Okay. Here's another North Pole Express card. This is a leftover piece of card that I also used at the bottom of the previous card. Okay. Oh, now mine's freezing up. Hold on, everybody. A couple people jumped off because theirs froze up earlier and I was doing great, and now mine's kind of frozen. I don't know if I can do something to get it going again, or I just have to wait it out. Of course it happened when a few more people jumped on. Thanks for joining me, Rosie and Alice. I'm going to refresh my page and see if I can get it to pick up again. Oh, okay, I think I'm back. And I hope you're still with me. Bummer. I hate that that happens. Okay, so another North Pole Express card. Okay, and as I said, this is a leftover piece from this 3 by 4 card I used at the bottom of that one. Okay, here's a To Santa card. Okay, just simply popped up a 3 by 4 card on dimensionals and added a sticker also on dimensionals. A Warmest Wishes card. Popped up the 3 by 4 card and then used some of the stickers from the sticker pack also. Okay, hi Chrissy. Here is We Believe in Santa. Simply used a 4 by 6 card, popped up the 3 by 4 card, and added a couple of stickers. You can see how easy these cards are to make with the card and envelope set, as well as the Night Before Christmas Memories and More card. Chrissy, thanks. I'm glad you hopped in to just take a quick peek. I think you're going to like this. This is a perfect project for anybody, but easy for beginning card makers, and there's actually no stamping involved in these cards today, okay? But I will show you a card at the end where I use a fancy fold and we do a little stamping. Here's another card using that beautiful reindeer. Here's a very plain, simple card using one of the ho-ho-hos. So I think I'll add more to this, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with it just yet. Another very plain, I simply added a 4 by 6 card with some of the candy cane stickers. And then this jolly old elf Santa Claus is a 4 by 6 card and 1 sticker. So you can see I made all of these cards. So how many? I think I have 12 here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 cards. Okay, now remember the set makes 20. You get 20 of the note cards and 20 envelopes. I'm going to show you how you can make those go even further. Some of the note cards I actually took and cut them in half. Okay, so when you cut them in half, you're going to get a little bit of an odd size. It's going to end up being 3 1/8 by 4 1/4. So if you want, you can trim them once it's cut like this, cut in half. You can trim 1/8 of an inch off the long side and 1/4 of an inch, half an inch, no, 1/8 of an inch this way to make it 3, and then 1/4 of an inch on the short side. Okay, because then your 3x4 cards fit directly on them. Okay, so that's another way to make this pack go farther. Now you won't have the matching size envelopes to use, but I'm thinking these are things that you can put on top of a present, or put a ribbon or some kind of trim on it and hang on a gift bag. Okay, that's how I'm picturing that I'll use these. So there's one. Here's a real simple Jingle All the Way. I just put that 3x4 card on the front. Okay, here I used 2 cards, 2 3x4 cards. The Jingle All the Way I cut down just a bit. Remember, each of the cards you get 6 of. Okay, this one I am using at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, so I cut that a little bit differently. Here's another 3x4 card. Happy Everything Merry Always. And again, this would be cute to just tie on a bottle of wine or other spirits for, or a gift basket of candy perhaps, to give as a hostess gift. Okay. Quick Warmest Wishes card. Another Warmest Wishes. Okay. And again, you can see they're the same. You can doll these up a little bit with some of the extra stickers, because you get 6 sheets of stickers as well. Or add a ribbon, the Christmas tree card, another North Pole card. And you notice a lot of these I haven't even done anything with, but they make lovely cards just the same. And one last one there. And remember how I told you 6 sheets of the stickers? Now think of this, with the 14 large cards I showed you, and what about, I think there were 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, there were 10 of the small cards. Okay, so I made 14 big, and then cutting them in half, I made another 10. Okay. And what I have left is one of each of the note cards, envelopes. Now, of course, I'll have some extra envelopes because you don't necessarily want to put a little card in a big envelope. If you do, great, but I'm planning to use mine, like I said, as gift tags. I have one of each of the small cards and one of each of the large cards and a sheet of stickers. Those I set aside so I could show you a sampling of the whole set. These are all of the stickers I have left. Okay. Nearly 2 complete sheets, as well as some bits and pieces on the others. Okay. Obviously, I can use these to embellish the cards even more. I can use them to make my own cute, maybe 2" by 3" tags or 3 by 4" tags from cardstock and embellish those. Or you can give these to children and put out some cardstock, put out some designer series paper, and let's see what they come up with, okay? And the greatest way to nurture creativity in children is to give them supplies and let them just play. Let them explore and play and create on their own using various supplies. Okay. Now, earlier I showed you that darling Holly Jolly Christmas stamp set bundle along with the dies. And I wanted to show you, excuse my arm, I wanted to show you a couple more cards that I received in demonstrator swaps recently. Okay, this one was created by Michelle Thirolf, and I don't know these women, but Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So they both used the Santa, Jolly Santa stamp and the stamp Believe. And look at how different their cards are, but they're both wonderful. Notice on here, a bit of Wink Stella was added to Santa's beard and the fur on his coat and hat. Okay. And then on this one, Cami Dinkle of Kansas made this using a fancy fold, one of those Z folds. Okay. So let's case this today and make something similar. Okay. Instead of using the stamp set, though, I would like to use perhaps some of these cards I have left over. Oh, where'd I go? Some of the cards I have left over. Okay. And they're stickers too, if I want to use that. I don't want that. The Ho 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 might be cute if I trim that down and use it for this front part, so that's a possibility. But I am loving this Santa. Now it is much larger on the pre-printed Memories and More card, but I think I can still work with that if I trim it a bit. Okay, and of course some of these would make pretty cards as well. Oh, let's do two. Let's do two. I'm going to use these two because I already decided. As soon as I pulled that one out, I thought, I just love this card. So yes, I'm using this and I want to use this. So obviously I have to make two cards. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out some coordinating cardstock, and I'm going to refer back to this label on my designer series paper. Okay. And I'm going to use Old Olive for the first one, I think. Yeah, I think I'll use Old Olive. Oh, and of course I've got it blocked here. Okay. So to make this Z-fold card in this vertical direction, I need my cardstock to be 4 1/4 inches. I'll double check that. 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. So you're just going to cut it in half in the vertical direction. Okay. Now half of this would be 5 1/2. Okay. Now I'm going to be folding the opposite direction. You see what I did? Here's that 5 1/2. Okay. And I flipped it over. So I scored here, flipped it over, and the other fold is going the opposite direction. It's not completely necessary for you to flip the cardstock over. It just makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay. So let me show you that again. Okay, I cut my cardstock 4 1/4 by 11. I'm scoring it 5 1/2 on the long side. And then half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. Oops. And that's where I can flip over and score it all at 2 3/4, just so that I can, it's more easy to fold them in opposite directions. Okay. It's probably a good idea. I don't always pull out my bone folder, but on something like this, I'm going to. Okay, I'm just going to go over those folds to make some really nice sharp creases. And there you can see why we call it Z-fold. Okay, hold it like that. All right. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other. Fold in half and go over that for a nice crease. And then fold that front flap in half for another nice crease. Okay. So I think that I will put I don't know if I have any pre-cut. Yes, I do have a couple pre-cut. Okay, I like to keep 5 1/4 inch by 4 inch white and vanilla pieces pre-cut, so that when I need them for the inside of cards, I can just pull from the pile. And I'm going to make the Jingle All the Way card the first, okay? And I don't think I want to stamp anything here like they did on the inspiration card. But I do want to add some designer series paper to the top. I like how that was added. So I'm just going to go through here and see what I find that kind of strikes me. Oh, I kind of like this. Yep, I'm going with that one. Okay, so I know that this top flap measures 2 3/4. I want to show that to you. 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inches. So obviously, if I want a border, I'm going to cut my designer series paper a little bit smaller than that. Okay, so instead of 4 1/4, I'm going to cut 4 1/8. Whoops, that's my scoring. 4 1/8 and 2 5/8, which is also 1/8 of an inch smaller. That doesn't look right though, does it? Yes, it's correct. I'm going to add my designer series paper. And this would have looked pretty too, I think. But I'm sticking with the... Now let's think. This is 3 by 4. So if I go 1/8 of an inch larger, I need 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And this is not quite 4 1/8 wide. So I'm going to cut it 4 1/8 length first, and then 3 1/8. And I will mount my Memories and More card to the Early Espresso cardstock. Okay, and now I'm ready to attach it to the top. And you can do it differently. You can, put it way up at the top if you like. You can put it so it fills up most of the bottom and maybe have this nice even border around the bottom part. I think I want mine to just be right smack in the middle of the card. And I'm actually going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now, when you are doing this, please remember, you only want your adhesive, your dimensionals or your regular adhesive, whatever you're using, you only want that on the top portion of that card, okay? Because you want this bottom part to not stick on any other piece of the card, okay? So bear that in mind. I can tell you that from experience that is an easy mistake to make when you're doing something like this, okay? And like I said, I wanted this pretty much centered on the card. And without measuring, I'd say that looks pretty good. If you know me and my style, I am one for just doing what I call eyeballing. You could even go up just slightly higher. Okay, for things like this, I'm not going to get out a ruler and measure. Okay, but I just try to eyeball it, meaning I want the same amount of space on the left and right sides and the top and bottom the same. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. And there's my card. Okay, if I wanted to dress it up just a wee bit more, I might use this lovely ribbon. And depending on which way you use it, you can have more of the vanilla showing or more of the cherry cobbler showing. Either way looks lovely. So I'm going to make a quick bow. A little bit bigger than I wanted, so I'm going to pull on those ends a bit. Trim the edges at an angle. It makes it look pretty and also stops the ribbon from fraying. Has more chance of fraying when you cut an edge straight across. Okay, and then I'll just use a few glue dots to adhere this to my card front. I tend to just put 2 glue dots for a bow this size. I put 2 glue dots on the back of the knot of the bow. And I'm just going to add it right there. And that, my friends, is the card. Now, if I wanted to go a step further, I could pull out my Wink of Stella and I could color in, go over some of these berries and leaves, or since it has a nice fine tip, I'm just going to move it gently over these letters, Jingle All the Way. Okay, so it, Wink of Stella in general is adding a very, very, very subtle shimmer to your paper crafts. Okay, and with me just going over these letters, Jingle and Way, it's probably even more of a subtle difference doing just the letters as opposed to the holly shapes. Okay, I don't know if you can see that too well, but it's super subtle and I love it because it's subtle and elegant. Hi, Susie Brunk. I forgot to call you yesterday. It was your birthday. I meant to call you in the evening and I thought, well, you're probably out to dinner with Denny or something, so I didn't call, and then went to bed and got up this morning and I realized I forgot about it. Alice, thank you for sharing. I so appreciate that. And Alice, I think you told me before one time maybe what part of Indiana you're in, but I don't remember. Do you mind sharing again? Okay, so this was my inspiration card, right? I've already made one. Again, I'm using the Memories and More cards. Okay, now this is obviously too big for my card front, but Logansport, what is that near? Well, it doesn't ring a bell with me. Okay, I am going to cut off 3/4 inch. Hi, Susie, my dear friend. I can't wait till November. I'm going to cut off, let's see, that would be 5/8 inches from the bottom. Now you might want to keep this because you might do something with that. North of Indianapolis, okay. Our family lived in, let me think, Lafayette, Indiana for, I would say, maybe just a year. Tippecanoe County, I remember that. Okay, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of cut down a little bit on each side of Santa as well. But I don't want to cut into the design. So I think that's pretty good. So what do I have left? So it measures now from, I went from 4x6 to 3.5 by 4 3/4. Oh, your husband works there. Nice. Okay. I do think I want to put a border on this, so I'm going to go back to, oh, I don't know, maybe I should choose my DSP first. 45 minutes is a pretty good commute for your husband each day. Did you ever go to Dog and Suds? Oh, we loved that. Our kids were little at the time and we loved going to Dog and Suds. And I have to say, we had a number of them spill in our minivan, but fun nonetheless. Okay, I want something Santa-like. So how about presents? Could be cute. A lot of it's going to be covered up. The reindeer will be covered up. I could just use a pattern on the back side. This would be cute, but again, a lot of it's being covered up. So I might be better off by using a pattern on the back side. Dog and Suds is a place that sells mainly hot dogs, chili dogs. They do have burgers and fries, but we love their root beer floats. So that was always a treat for our kids back in the day, I'll say. Oh, this would be cute with the stars in the background, or is that too much green? Ooh, how about this? That's a possibility. How about that one? I think I'm going with this one. Oh, there's so many choices. It's hard for me to choose. Do you ever have that problem? Okay. All right. So again, for the top of this, it measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. You like the red, Alice? I'm glad we agree. Great minds think alike. Okay. So that 4 1/4, I'm going to trim that to 4 1/8. And the 2 3/4, 1/8 smaller, is 2 5/8 inches. Okay. Okay. And then Santa's almost ready. But I do want to, I think I do want to add, let's see how this looks. If I put the vanilla on the inside there. Yeah, I like it better without. I think people can write and see okay, or read the writing on the old olive. So I'm not going to put that in the middle. But I do want to do something to make this pop show up a bit better. So I'm going for gold, the crushed curry, or the brown. And you can tell me what you think. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Amy. Okay, you guys can tell me what you think. Do you like the crushed curry with it? It's going to be a small border. And the stars on here are crushed curry. Or do you think it should be the early espresso? First person to tell me crushed curry or early espresso. They all look great. It looks like my internet connection froze up a little bit again. It seems like a lot of people have been having that problem. Oh, we've got 2 saying early espresso. Okay, that's what we're doing then. Thank you for your input. A lot of my designing and crafting is by myself, unless I'm at a weekend event, which I am hosting one at second weekend of October, so I'm excited about that. Or if, just, I guess what I'm saying is most often I'm crafting, designing by myself, but it's so much more fun when you can get input from other people. Okay, so this is 3 1/2 wide, so I'm going to go 3 5/8. And I believe this was 4 3/4. Yes. So I am going to go 4 7/8. Okay, going up 1/8 inch in each direction will give you that small narrow border. And don't go away, because I have 2 more things to show you that I made with the Memories and More cards. And again, if you missed the beginning, please go back and watch, because you'll see that I've made several great, I guess I made 14 4x6 cards, and I made, let me find another one here. and I made 10 of the smaller 3x4 by cutting the bases, the note card bases, in half. Plus, I've made these 2 cards. Do you remember why I'm only putting my dimensionals at the top? Hi, Patty. I'm so glad everybody agrees on early espresso. I only want adhesive on the top because I don't want this bottom to stick to my card base. Okay. Okay, cute, cute, cute. I'm going to add a little bit of Wink Stella on Santa's belt buckle. So instead of it looking crushed curry, it will look like a shimmery gold. Okay, we'll fancy Santa up a bit. Okay, so there it is. So here was the inspiration card, and this person used the stamp set, okay, for her Z-fold card, and I decided I would use more of my Memories and More cards. Okay, now I said don't go away because I've got 2 more things to show you, and again I'm still working with the same package of Memories and More cards. I wanted to look up the price in here. Okay, so for the note cards and envelopes, remember the note cards and envelopes? Okay, here are the envelopes and the note cards. I don't know where my plain one is. Well, anyways, here it is. I'm sorry. So for $11, you're going to get 11 of these printed envelopes and note cards. They are meant to go with the Memories and More cards, but are not, of course, can be used for anything, right? Okay, so I started with 20 of those, and then the Memories and More cards, the 4x6 and 3x4 cards, are also $11. So I've got $22 invested. Okay, so for that $22 invested, I made, let's get one of the fancier ones on top here. I made 14 of the large cards, and then I made an additional 10 of the smaller size cards by cutting my note cards in half. Okay, I've made 2 of the Z-fold cards. Okay, and for the what do you say, the I can't think of the word I want to use. Not creme de la creme, the piece de la resistance, or however they say that. I made 2 collages, okay, or an encore. Bring out more, bring out more. So I made 1 collage here using 4 of the 4x6 cards, did not cut them at all. Okay, my very vanilla piece on here is 10.5 by 10.5. I placed a sticker here, 2 of the candy cane stickers, and here I cut the Santa hat from one of those 3x4 cards. Now remember, they gave me 6 of those cards. Okay, so I cut out 1 of the hats, and then on a second one, I cut out just the brim and the ball of the hat. And I have each of those layered with dimensionals. Can you see that? I've got 2 layers of dimensionals. Okay. Quick and easy. Great in a frame. Great perhaps for the beginning of a scrapbook page. Just to hang on a wall or on a fireplace. And here's another one that I did. This time I used 2 of the 4x6 cards and 3 of the 3x4 cards. I punched the circle and the scallop circle from 3x4 cards, and I added a few stickers. Okay, simple, fun, and easy. Okay, this one's on cherry cobbler. Again, the very vanilla square is 10.5 by 10.5, and this one's on pretty peacock, 12 by 12. Okay, so for $22, I made 2 collages, 2 Z-fold cards, and I don't know where all these are. I've got them everywhere. I've made 10 of the small cards, and I've made 14 of the larger cards. Okay, and I still have left another envelope and another note card. I have, let's see, nearly three sheets, 2 full, nearly full sheet, and some scraps of stickers. I still have 2 of my 4x6 cards left that I can make something with. And I still have 5 of the 3x4 cards left. So I have more to work with still. I'm so excited about it. So think about that. $22 investment. I made all this and I still have some more to work with. Okay. So Susie, I see that you said you overlooked these in the catalog. You know, when we get a catalog, it's so easy to overlook things. That's why I love getting together with other demonstrators and stampers and sharing, because I might be sharing something they've missed, and I like watching other people's videos and viewing their ideas on Pinterest and blogs and swaps, various things, because I get ideas, and a lot of times there is something that I often overlook too, or it didn't quite catch my interest, but I see how somebody's using it and I think, oh, I love that. Now I need that. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the things I made with the Night Before Christmas Memories and More cards, and the envelopes and note cards. And I hope you especially enjoyed learning how to make these fun Z-fold cards. Okay, fun Z-fold cards. Okay, have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks for joining me. I will be back on my business page, Stamp and Scrap with Mary Mabe, Tuesday at 7 p.m. And between now and then, I have to have some kind of major dental work done, the beginning of an implant. So I'm getting a tooth pulled tomorrow morning. Not real happy about it, but life goes on. Many other terrible things could be happening, and they're not. So a tooth doesn't seem so bad, and I do have much to be blessed and grateful for, and all of you are part of that. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for letting me share what I love to do. Have a great Thursday and a great weekend. Bye-bye.